Good evening everyone, welcome back to Tom Plays Factorio for absolute beginners. I'm thinking trains. I really like the trains in this game and I really want to have a lot more materials, so probably going to research the engine next. In the meantime, got to look around a bit over here. We could use radar to find stuff, although I'm a little reluctant to do that until the wall's finished. So just going to explore manually for a bit. See what we can find. Right, so we found the uranium. Hopefully not the only patch of uranium. This stuff does go a long way. It's not harmful to walk across, in case you were wondering. So I've also got a nice heap of coal and a lovely alien base, which you can deal with later, but that's good. So we will be able to have nuclear power. So these bases are just going to get worse and worse with time. But the problem is that I think part of the thing that affects how aggressive the natives are is how many of them have been killed. So the minute I start wiping bases out, they're going to gradually get more aggressive, and then I'll have to wipe more of them out, and it just gets a bit exponential. Looks like we've got some stone over there. It's really copper I want to find though. But in any case, wherever and whenever we find these mining opportunities, we're going to need to have trains in order to transport the equipment, transport the ore. So I'm almost regretting researching physical projectile damage now. I think I just did that because I was busy. And now I'm a lot less busy. Okay, we've got some more iron down here. That's always a good thing. Can never have enough iron. Another base, rather bigger one, being made. Still no copper. Lots of dead wood now, but I don't really need it anymore. Alright, let's just give this base a nice wide berth. So great, that's kind of annoying. I was really hoping to find copper. We seem to have found everything but, although we still haven't found any oil, which is another minor concern because we are definitely going to need that too. What's a hold up down here? It's going to be gear wheels again, isn't it? It's always gear wheels. Part of the problem is that we're filling this iron chest, of course. I already seem to have some gear wheels. Actually, is it gear wheels? Inserters. So it's ultimately gear wheels. But a lot of the problem is just that we're not making enough inserters. Yeah, gear wheels are definitely a serious issue. Okay. Let's try and ramp up production a little. again, the main thing is making sure we're producing enough iron in the first place, rather than trying to manually add bits in. So this is far more important. The fact that one of the iron mines is depleted. Okay. So ideally, I want these to fit together properly. Well, that works quite well. So this line should all be in a row now. Let's check power levels. Yep, we're still producing enough power, which is good. See how the perimeter wall's going? Right, okay, good. So every gun turret now has some ammunition. They're not full by any means, but I could probably tentatively put another gun turret down. At least extend the wall a little further. There we go. Right. I don't think I'm going to have much luck exploring up there. A few too many bases for comfort. Starting to actually feel like I've built the wall in a sensible place looking at them. But ultimately attacks will come from everywhere. But I really do want to find some copper, and ideally some fuel. It's got another nice source of water up here. One thing that may or may not be clear is I've been trying some things I haven't tried before here. So this isn't just a tried and tested method. Obviously it appears to be a bit of a mess. But a lot of the going insane with the splitters isn't something I've really done before, and I think I'm being a bit more ambitious of the size of the wall than usual, which is unfortunate because it means it's taking far too long to build. So I'm taking longer to get radar than normal. Hence my exploring manually. I have heard that the further away a mine is from your base, your initial starting point, the more there is in it. Okay, I've finally found the copper. I've also found an enormous base, which doesn't seem to really be showing up on the map. So hopefully that's a huge amount of copper. But clearly we're going to need a train to reach it, and we're also going to have a lot of fun defending it, because it is very much surrounded. A glimpse of the future there. Okay, that's good. Found some more copper. Apparently the copper is all to the north and east. And this one doesn't seem quite so surrounded by enemies. So maybe we should go for this one first. It's actually not too bad. Okay, there's a small base there. But yeah, that does actually look a lot better. Okay, so we know what we're aiming for. Now we just need to get trains up and running. And build a base all the way out there as well. Well, a mini base, you know. Copper mine. Although part of me wonders if we ought to do an iron mine first, simply because we seem to be struggling so much more for iron. But then I really don't want to deplete our home supply of copper, just in case the absolute worst happens. Interesting. Technically an actual argument for building another research plot. And we are going to want some kind of activation point anyway for these. Have I done this right? Have I moved him? I think I moved him too far to the right there. Only wants one gap. How have I been doing it? Yeah, clockwise in the middle. See, it's going a little bit mad there. So nothing in the whitelist for that one. So whitelist for this one, we pretty much want everything. And the one in the centre can actually have no whitelist at all. So I'm not going to move anything out of the centre. That's going to be like a final destination for everything. Okay, this is actually quite backed up. I might actually just finish building the building a 3x3 matrix. Okay, physical projectile damage is done, so that will just make our weapons more effective, and most notably our gun turrets. Fuel into mechanical motion. Well, I'm going to do it anyway. I don't think we need fluids for trains. So this is probably more important for trains than automation 2 or assembly machines 2, whatever the other one was that we definitely needed. I think they're in full use there. They pretty much are. Right. So no rush on getting them working, although I kind of might as well. Now that they're all present. At the same time, how are we doing for these? 14. That's probably far more than we actually need. But I might as well just make sure that we're using steel furnaces throughout now. Actually looks like we are, so I might be putting these right back. Oh no, the copper is not. Right, that's fine then. And it is actually quite backed up. So replacing... oh, actually no, it's backed up because we've got plenty of copper. That's fine then. So for now, I'm going to put the steel furnaces back in there. And drop off the stone furnaces. And small electric poles in the we're not using them section. Okay, cool. That does all look okay as it stands. It's going to give the gear assemblers a little boost again. In terms of iron, so I want to keep this research going. And tentatively start moving this. Okay, so clockwise is in the middle, anti-clockwise is the other way. This needs filters, but nothing in the filter. This needs everything in the filter. Just need to work this out so it's as efficient as it can be. So the greens, at least, are coming in here. So I'm kind of thinking the greens want to end up there. Alright, see, I never actually made a second iron thing for these. I suppose I could. It'd still come in the same place. Seems a little pointless until they get backed up though. Which they may never do. But yeah, okay, so... clockwise in the middle. Anti-clockwise on the edges. So if we use filters on both, but this again wants all three. It's only really when we get to this side that it becomes questionable because they're all coming in on that side. Which is fine. Okay, so let's make some more fast inserters. Clockwise in the middle. So that one again needs all of them. Clockwise in the middle, clockwise in the middle. Okay, so you use filters, you see they're just going back and forth there. Right, so this time the greens want to go there, that way. The reds are a little questionable. I'm thinking if the reds end up here and the blacks end up here. So same deal for these. I think this one's going to have all three going that way. No, hang on, I'm wrong. I need to take the blacks out because the blacks always come in here. So they want to end up down here, ideally. So if I just put the blacks in. The main thing you have to watch is that they are opposites. So whatever you have in the filter going one way, you want the other ones going the other way. It's probably the main thing. I think that should mean they're all operational. We won't know until we see them all operating. But I suppose we kind of know if we end up seeing science packs in all of them. We'll probably just have to let it rest for a bit to make sure this is fully working. Oh, and the last bit, I will put a couple of unfiltered fast inserters pointing to the middle, because that's the ultimate end for all of them. But that should work as a 3x3 matrix, and I don't think we will ever need any more research stations after this. Just going to bring all of the vials in, and they'll join at one point or another, and we'll manipulate the filter inserters to move them to the appropriate place. And hopefully that will do the trick. Fill up on inserters, and in fact let's just speed this up. Problem is, the more I do this, the longer it'll take for this box to fill up. Once the box fills up, this will get faster anyway. But I still want to have a constant supply. So we're doing a bit better for the transport belts now. Well, okay, that's not full either. Yeah, let's just keep it going. I have a feeling we're going to need engines as a component at some point. Well, they're definitely going to need steel. I might just grab another steel furnace and... How do we do this? Is it... Nope. Nah, doesn't matter. So just right clicking, which splits it in half. I'm sure there's a way to just grab one, but that works well enough for now. Put these two apart? That's probably a bit silly really, but never mind. We will have to redesign all of this once we get the electric furnaces. Where have we been putting these? Well, nowhere sensible, honestly. Let's just put one there, because they've all been the small ones. At least that gets those last bits of iron. Okay, so we want to check on the mines and check on the perimeter wall. All of those mines seem to be doing okay. But one of these has run out. So I don't know if we yet have room for any more than we have up here, but we've just got room for these for now. There we go. And hopefully keep our productivity going. Oh, that isn't good. I think I need to definitely look at how we're producing ammunition again. Oh heck. Right, the attacks have started. I Hadn't even noticed. I suppose because they hadn't managed to actually do any damage yet. But that is going to start making them more aggressive. Because they're going to have a steady diet of them getting killed now. So it's whether it might be worth my trying to attack the base. Or whether that would be even worse. You don't really want a continuous stream of attacks coming either though. I suppose it depends how frequent they are. In theory they ought to flash up as yellow exclamation marks whenever they're firing. So possibly I didn't spot it then. Oh, steel, of course. Of course, right, so probably steel is a problem for these as well. It is. So if I just absolutely flood the steel things with iron. Hopefully boost our ammunition a bit. Flood the gear wheels with iron again. You can just have my remaining iron. And hopefully we will very shortly have an engine. Yeah, they're going. They are going. It's actually worth having an idea of which of these get favoured. So I think this one in the middle should always be favoured. I'm surprised that one got activated actually, because I would have thought it would be these three that would generally get all 3 vials first. And clearly that's a big one, I suppose because green is the rarest vial at the moment. So it's important later because these have slots for modules, and depending which module you want, you're better off putting it in whichever ones get used most quickly. So it is worth being aware. Okay, so engines. What else do we need for trains? We need logistics 2, apparently. I was thinking automation 2, but apparently logistics 2 is what we need. Okay, so engines to make, it's lots of iron, including steel, which is fine. Pretty much what you would expect, I suppose. So we're possibly going to be running another steel thing up here. We need gear wheels and pipes as well. So probably going to do dedicated assemblers for those also. So maybe just here we'll do a little engine assembly pod. So you need to bring steel across. You need iron into both of these. But I think they can just go straight in. So, engine units. Quite rare they appear as an intermediate product because you don't use engines on their own, you always make them part of something else, of course. Even if that something is as big as a train. So, okay, I want you to make pipes, and you to make gear wheels. So you can just literally connect in. Probably going to use the same stream of iron for these two, but we will use a splitter. And I'm also going to need a stream of steel. And I'd probably, given how useful steel is, I'd probably better put a splitter on that as well. So we have the option of diverting it later. So to start with, the engines are all going to be in steel chests, and I also want a steel chest for the pipes, because we've never actually automated those yet. We've just made them as needed by hand. Okay. So our other concern is how to get iron up here. So what's this? Or whatever it is, it certainly doesn't seem to be using all the iron it has. Then again, this down here is gun turrets, so that's probably even more so. So maybe we should split off from the gun turrets. Maybe just run past here. Yeah, that works. And it's just a question of power. Okay, that's good. So yeah, I do think we need the engines later for, I think, probably one of the science packs. But we'll also need them for our trains and any other type of automobile. So, not a bad thing for us to start stockpiling them. So I think we do take a little bit of making. No, not too bad actually, only one steel plate. So yeah, that's good. Okay, so one last check of the mines on the perimeter wall, and I might call that one done. Just going to load you up again. Oh yeah. Sorry, I needed to start a new research as well. So apparently the next thing I needed to research was actually this, Logistics 2. And we can see that all the vials are getting to all of the research stations, which is good. That's why I held off on it, just to test that. Looks quite nice at night, really. There you go. Right, so I want to just do a sweeping check of the mines, make sure nothing is out of materials. Check the perimeter walls, see if we've actually got some more ammunition. And then I'll probably call it a day. Haven't seen that attack being repeated, so hopefully they're still very occasional. And things aren't going to escalate too much just yet. I can't see any dead bodies, not that they left that much, they were that small. Yeah, still no ammo up here though. Steel should help. I suppose half of it, of course, is going in my own collection for my own use. Yeah, it's on its way up, it'll get there. It's just painfully slow. But I suppose that is kind of the point of getting the trains, so that we can open hopefully many, many more mines and really ramp up the production. As it is for now, I suppose. Just gonna have to be a little patient. I could ramp up production here as well, to be fair. Probably is a little bit daft, being so allergic to using the resources down here. Maybe it'd be worth cutting into them just a little bit more. Oh, no. In the interest of speeding things up a bit. Let's start on that stream as well. Okay. Coal is depleted, so build ourselves some more mines. Thinking we should probably build another one of these, which actually we can, so let's just do it. We don't need this, don't need that. And honestly, we could replace both of those with just one. Drop stuff off in the unused section again. Right, so I did want to just check on transport belts. I think we're probably getting a little depleted there. the research moving along a bit more. And where does that leave us? I think that leaves us somewhere decent. Still not enough steel. Not that there ever is. But that's still more to do with iron production. So yeah, it does kind of underlie that we really need to ramp things up. Still, see how that goes for a bit. Hopefully that will actually produce a bit more ammunition so we can get this wall a bit more moving and get more towards building the trains. But I might leave it there. Wasn't too bad. The attacks have started a little. But yeah, decent bout of exploration there. Got a much better idea of what's around us. Still haven't found any fuel, but thankfully found some copper finally. Can't say I'm that impressed with the stores of iron, but of course we'll probably have this one in the base, and I'm happy to completely deplete this one. A couple of coals. That one's obviously a much bigger piece of coal, so maybe we should go for that one. But yeah, definitely gonna have to get those radars working up here. We'll see. We'll see. Might possibly go all out on at least using this line of the iron, maybe. I think it should at least be a lot faster now in terms of production. So we'll see how it goes. Give it a bit more thought. But yeah, reasonably happy. I mean, it's slow progress, but still progress. We're at least now making the engines, and we do have a separate supply of pipes, which will come in handy once we actually start working with fuel. Finish the research matrix. So, getting there. But yeah, I really would like to get the trains up and running, because that's the point at which we can start using mines which are nowhere near our base, however big it is. It should allow us to really ramp things up. It'd just be really nice if I could have the base properly protected before we do that. Possibly being a little bit over ambitious with the size of the wall, because we can't always extend it. I think every time I do this I make the base wall bigger. Except I think the last time I played it I tried not to have a central base, tried to just have lots of little ones. But yeah, it's slowly getting there. This one has ammunition now. So it looks like they go up to 10 before they're considered to be full. Which, that's fine. So what I could do is what I've been doing with everything else all along, and just cheat a bit and actually make a manual entry point for ammunition. I mean, hopefully the ramping up of iron will make a big difference anyway, but I've got these 54 piercing rounds sat in my inventory. They're not really doing anything there. I'm not expecting to have to switch back to my pistol anytime soon. So in the interest of sanity, let's also start manually adding some ammunition. That should allow us to extend the wall a lot faster, because I can retrieve whatever's in our own ammunition box down here as well, which is quite a bit. So yeah, that should help. So I might work on the wall a bit more next time. See if we need any more iron mines along here. That's at least moving faster than it was. And yeah, hopefully discover what we get with Logistics 2. Probably not that excited about the faster conveyor belts. I know things do take a while, but usually the main hold-up is the manufacture rather than the transportation. But we'll see. Might look at replacing some of them. Especially any that look like they're a bit backed up. Like these. Maybe this one would benefit from a faster transport belt. But mostly it's about getting to the trains. So I can start planning those. But yeah, leave that for next time. Thank you for watching, and I will see you then.